Yeah, he's a powerful dude. I mean, there's no getting around that. He is an empire and an entity upon himself, and he's...
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. To our regular viewers, thank you for the support. To our new viewers, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. So, Michelle Beadle, the former host of NBA Countdown, has accused LA Lakers superstar LeBron James of getting her fired from the show. Beadle began presenting the program on ESPN in 2016 before her stint with the show was cut short after 3 years in 2019. The 47-year-old, who now works at SiriusXM, left the broadcasting company following several stints amid controversy as she claimed that LeBron James called for her to be removed from NBA Countdown. She goes on to say that, he's a powerful dude. I mean, there's no getting around that he's an empire and an entity upon himself. All the respect for building such a powerful entity on a name and doing it well, so people are going to listen. So far, it's not known whether the NBA's leading all-time point scorer LeBron James did in fact play a role in her firing, though she claims that James had a strong input and also suggested that he wasn't the only person who wanted her out. So that you're all on the same page, let's listen to her talk about it.
Has LeBron James contacted Eric Spitz in an attempt to get you removed from SiriusXM yet?
Not yet, not that I know of. But I hope they'll tell me if he does, because those are fun conversations.
Yeah. So, and for anybody who missed that, does not know, a couple years ago on your "What Did I Miss" podcast, you revealed that LeBron attempted to get you fired from ESPN, possibly because you joined a cast of millions in mocking the decision. Were you made aware of his attempt as it was happening, or was that something that you found out after?
No, I found out after, in like all the chaos that ensued. Sort of right after I left, all this other information started coming out. So I kind of knew I'd gotten wind of it right as I was leaving. And then more stuff came out and I was just like, what a crap show. Good Lord.
And I'm sure LeBron has since apologized to you.
Oh, he sent me so many flowers. How could I not forgive him?
What was it NBA Countdown that he wanted you removed from?
Yes, he wanted me replaced.
And then you were eventually replaced on Countdown by Rachel Nichols. So do you think that LeBron ended up having any influence over that decision, or
no? I mean, if he
by the
did,
time it happened, it was
if he did, it was short-lived. But she did that to herself. So it's sort of one of those things where when I was on the outside watching it all crumble, I couldn't help but kind of laugh, because you hear things, things, you're told things. And then you get to sort of stand away and watch the house burn. You're just like, holy cow. I didn't know how much of it was real and how much wasn't. And he's a powerful dude. I mean, there's no getting around that. He is an empire and an entity upon himself. And he's in all the respect for building such a powerful entity on a name and doing it well. It's people are going to listen. I don't think they replaced me immediately. And that was, I guess, somebody's way of kind of having my back, but it didn't feel like it.
Did you have a working relationship with Rachel Nichols before she replaced you on Countdown?
We were civil. Some people I don't trust in this business. That's one of them.
After she had audio leaked from a private conversation and was subsequently fired by ESPN, you not so subtly tweeted that karma is a bitch.
Yes, it is.
Do you think that Rachel Nichols personally influenced your departure from Countdown?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I mean, look, she ultimately is not that powerful, but I think some of the narrative that was being allowed to be played out, like specifically in the New York Post at the time, I knew where it was coming from. We all knew where it was coming from, and it wasn't being stopped, which is unfortunate. You invest in someone time and salary and all of those things that they had done at that point, to sort of just let it go because you don't want to deal with the ramifications or the bickering or the whining. That's not a good enough reason, but it is what it is. Decisions were made. Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot, but I also learned there are some things you can't control. I don't regret not getting down in the trough and slopping around in that mess. Maybe at the time I had thought about it more, like maybe fighting back, but it's not a good look. And I've never really done my career that way. And I hope to never do my career that way. I think your work should stand on its own and shouldn't be a bunch of backstabbing and stuff that goes on behind it. It's not a good way to do it.
So then I have to at least ask if Rachel Nichols engaged in, we'll say, media war games to replace you on Countdown, and we'll say at least somebody from Maria Taylor's camp did the same to get Nichols removed from the show.
Yeah. Jesus.
Did you do anything similar when you replaced Sage Steele to get the job?
No. And I know that narrative was floated out there too. I didn't have to. I mean, the decisions that were made had been made. What happens is, what I've learned now is that depending on what side of that story you are, you sort of can now go out and play that. So you can play the victim card if that behooves you, or you can go on the offensive, but you do it sneakily. So it's just gross. And anyone who knows me knows I'm a little bit blunt and I'm a pretty honest person, but I'm also very short on patience. All of these games, it feels filthy. Like, it feels dirty. And I loved the job. Like, I loved doing NBA Countdown. It was a dream gig. And when my new contract was coming up, that was a big part of the selling point, was like, do you want to host NBA Countdown? That's going to be something you do. I was like, absolutely. It was a dream job at the time. And then that sort of all came out. And I know Sage felt very much like she'd been blindsided. I wasn't told she was blindsided. Like, I knew what was coming. So who knows? That's a Sage question. You'd have to ask her what she had heard or was told.
What do you think about this? Please drop a comment. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Thank you.